Welcome back to the news at 10. The Rio Olympics officially begins today. Here's Kayode Alayode with more on that.
Welcome now to sports news. In just a few hours from now, the 2016 Olympic Games will officially start in Rio with the opening ceremony at the Maracanã Stadium in Brazil. 10,500 athletes from 206 nations and a refugee team are in the South American country to compete in 31 sports. The build-up has been dominated by a Russian doping scandal, the Zika virus and issues with the city's security, infrastructure and venues. The ceremony will feature 5,000 volunteers, 500 musicians and 200 professional dancers, watched by an estimated 3 billion people. The athletes at the ceremony will all be given a tube of soil and a seedling, which will then be planted in Brazil after the Games. Security is tight outside of the Maracanã Stadium, where the opening ceremony of the 2016 Olympic Games will take place. As the sun rose over Rio de Janeiro, armed soldiers and police gathered around the famous soccer stadium, which will host both the opening and closing ceremonies of the Games. Police holding rifles patrolled the streets with security vehicles around every corner of the Maracanã. Brazil has deployed 88,000 police and troops to protect local people, as well as about 500,000 tourists from terrorists. And President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed optimism that Nigerian athletes will put up an impressive showing at the 2016 Rio Olympics. In a message to the Team Nigeria, President Buhari said he hopes that the victory of the football team over Japan today will serve as an inspiration to the contingent. The president also praised the resilience, hard work and patriotism that the athletes have put into their preparations. Nigeria will take part in 10 sports at the event. Meanwhile, four-goal hero Ogenekaro Etebo has said that his target is to help Nigeria win the gold rather than pursuing the highest goal scorer award. The former Warri Wolves striker became the first Nigerian to score 4 goals in an Olympic football game during today's 5-4 victory over Asian champions Japan. The Portugal-based striker said it is not yet celebration time for the African champions at the Games. The Federation of International Basketball Association, FIBA, is to decide whether or not female Muslim athletes will be allowed to wear hijabs in official competition games. It's difficult for Muslim women to play sports, and the head covering ban in many international competition makes it even harder. Lifting the basketball ban on head coverings would be a monumental change for the Muslim women. The sports governing body will issue its final decision on the matter, likely sometime after the Rio Olympics. And those are the major stories in the world of sports. The news at 10 continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
As predicted, South Africa's governing African National Congress has suffered its worst electoral setback since apartheid ended in 1994. With 92% of the votes counted after Wednesday's municipal elections, the party has lost the key battleground of Nelson Mandela Bay to the opposition Democratic Alliance. The two parties are also in a close fight for Johannesburg and Pretoria, but the ANC is still in the lead nationally with 54% of the votes counted. Our South Africa Bureau Chief Betty Dibia has more.
As at Thursday, August the 4th, South Africa's opposition Democratic Alliance led in 3 major cities as votes were counted in local elections, threatening to deal the biggest electoral blow to the African National Congress since the end of apartheid 2 decades ago. The ANC held a big lead in the national count, but it trails the opposition DA in the municipalities. That includes the cities of Pretoria, Johannesburg and Port Elizabeth, areas which it has held virtually unopposed since the end of apartheid. According to the DA leader, Musi Maimane, his party is feeling confident.
The metros that we targeted, metros that we wanted to grow in, we've shown the fact that when I think about Tshwane, we've shown some excellent results in communities like Mamelodi in preliminary results. We've seen that we've grabbed some wards in certain places. We've shown that in Joburg we've seen some very good growth. In Nelson Mandela Bay, we're still feeling quite buoyed and confident about that particular metro.
The ANC's biggest concern seems to be the voter turnout.
Only worry we're having is the question of turnout, because it impacts on the PR performance of the ANC. Because PR is a function of the size of the base and the turnout. So that's what they were worried.
Based on the results that have come through so far, the Chief Electoral Officer made the following announcement.
As at 11 this morning, 77.8% of results had been captured. Following the capturing process, the results are then subjected to independent audit verification before being finalized and posted here. The results slip is also scanned so that it can be compared to the results on the system by anyone at their leisure. This process is now underway in all provinces and will continue until all results have been finalized.
The final results of the local elections are expected at the end of the day.
Here's my vote.
Well, that was not our South Africa Bureau Chief, Bessie Dibia. But in entertainment news, Kepi Ekpayong-Bassi speaks on playing Liberian-born Patrick Sawyer in the Ebola film 93 Days. Victoria Duwu has details and other entertainment stories.
Here are your trending entertainment stories. Another Europe-based Nigerian filmmaker is set to release his debut production. Luxembourg-based David Danisa produced and co-directed the movie Chameleon, which was shot in Nigeria, Antwerp and Luxembourg. The movie, which is loosely based on some illegal activities which herald the mining of oil in Nigeria, is set for a Nigerian and European release.
Follow crimes and action.
The Directors Guild of Nigeria has joined forces with other industry practitioners calling for the adoption of the Motion Pictures Practitioner Council of Nigeria bill. The Guild's chairman, Fred Amata, said at a Guild's event in Lagos that the controversial bill, if passed into law, will structure the industry. Still on Nollywood, weeks after the trailer for the movie 93 Days premiered here on Channels Television, Nollywood star Kepi Ekpayong-Bassi, who played the villain Patrick Sawyer in the movie, shares his filming experience with Entertainment News. Patrick Sawyer was the Liberian diplomat who imported Ebola into Nigeria in 2014.
Patrick Sawyer, what I had to do in the very first instance was to research him. I had to try and get into his mind to find out why he came to Nigeria. I tried to, and I ended up with a completely different interpretation from the research work. I found him to be very, very loyal to his family. There was something peculiar about him, something personable. What I couldn't crack was why he came to Nigeria with knowing that he had Ebola.
And that's all for tonight. The News at 10 continues shortly.
Thanks a lot, Victoria. And the main news again. House of Representatives Speaker Yakubu Dogara today insisted he will not resign despite allegations of padding the national budget levelled against him. Mr. Dogara, who spoke after meeting with the President in Abuja, said padding is not an offence. That's the News at 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night and enjoy your weekend.